everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexis Loren. I make productivity and lifestyle related videos centered around how you can live pretty and productive. So today I'm giving you 5 tips on how I use Goodnotes to make pretty, productive, and neat notes. So let's open my iPad. I'm using Goodnotes on an iPad Pro 10.5 inch from 2017, I believe, with the first generation Apple Pencil and grip. I'll have these linked in my Amazon affiliate link in the description box below. So getting into the first tip is to use only one accent color for your notes. So my preferred one is blue, and it's this light blue here. And I can give you the hex code. It's right there, and it's in the second row in Goodnotes. So yeah, this is my preferred color. And then if there's any sub details, I like to do those with writing in said color. And then I like to also, sometimes write them in black. And anything really important or a key idea, I will highlight. But it just depends. Sometimes if there's grass, I like to draw them out and then write sub details on the side in blue. Sometimes it's just writing with arrows. Sometimes it's making boxes. It just is whatever I feel like I want it to be. And then going into my second tip would be to insert images or slides as files or images into Goodnotes, because then you can write on top of them like this. So I can write like final project right on top of here. I could underline things, highlight things if I wanted. So it just depends on really what you want to do. And then I also love to draw little diagrams, and if there is an image and I don't want to embed that image into my PowerPoint, I will redraw it, and that's what I love about Goodnotes. You can come up here and use the shape tool and just draw out your things. I've embedded this image so that I can write on top of it. If there is an example, I can just go like that with some arrows and then write examples down here. And that is what I love about Goodnotes. And if you didn't see my first video, I talk more about exactly what I use for my note taking and how I structure things. But this is just a tips video, but I will link that video in the cards. And then my third tip would be to use Cornell note style pages. And I'm going to show you what I mean. This is a template from Emma Studies. She also has an Etsy shop, but on her Tumblr you can also find a lot of the page styles that she uses. She has an organic chemistry paper that's been really helpful in drawing hexagons. This Cornell note sheet, a dot grid paper, and a tabbed line page, as well as some other ones. But I really love her Cornell notes for the purpose of using the sidebar for different subheadings or details. I will write questions. If one of my professors says this is something on the exam, I will write like the type, and let's say she shows us an example, I will write the example test question within this margin, and then maybe draw an arrow to what it connects with like this. There are so many things you can do with this sidebar. I mainly use it for like headings. So this was a video that we watched called Where Do Good Ideas Come From? And these are the notes related to that. So in the corner or in the middle section to the right of the sidebar, I have all of my notes, and then I highlight any key phrases or words. So that's really, really helpful, and it just allows you to look for what you're trying to get easily. But you can also use the search bar. So if I just say, Goodnotes, another thing I love about Goodnotes is they have this. So if I'm looking for a word, I can just sort of pull it up and it pulls up to this page. But you can get a lot more results depending on what you search for. Strategy just tends to be a word that we're referencing a lot in this entrepreneurship class. And then the bottom, what I love to do in the bottom is, once I'm preparing for the test, write things within this bottom section related to my notes, things that I feel like I won't remember otherwise. And it's a good way to summarize the events of the day. My next tip is that your brain loves repetition. So you want to try to go over your notes as many times as possible. It's your brain's favorite pastime. Being a neuroscience student, I can say that. But yeah, so I would just advise that you go over your notes a lot. That's why I really love the Cornell Notes template, because you can put details in at the bottom and then summarize it when you review. And also, it's okay to retake your notes. Like, this was that day in class. I completely was just, he was going really fast. I couldn't get everything I wanted down. So I took these really chicken scratch notes, and then I came back after class and rewrote them. And that was a great exercise in getting my brain to really recognize what was going on in lecture. So that is my fourth tip. And then my third tip is, once you have your notes, let's say this is my notes, let's just pretend it's organic chemistry, because that's the example I'm going to use. But yeah, once I have my notes, I like to take one complete page of notes or one topic of notes. Maybe, let's say it's ideation. I would take this one whole section and I would condense it down to maybe like 4 key bullet points, to where I can really zoom in on a page and write everything that I know down. And I call these my concepts sheets. And they just help me to really, before an exam, it's easier to look at one page of notes versus 5 pages. And so what I do is, for every section there is in a textbook, I will take, these are just practice problems, but I will take one idea or one thing and I will go ahead and write it there. And that helps because you're able to just get what you need down on the paper, and then it's much easier to review this come the exam than if I was individually going to every sheet of paper and looking, at every slide or whatever. It's just easier to have these concept sheets and not reference the textbook. It's in my own words. And I can tell you for sure that this was like 15 slides, and these were like, he took like 4 slides to do that, and it's just condensing everything to where you understand it and where you know it best. And then on the exam, when you see the material again, you know everything that's on the exam. So these were my 5 tips. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any tips, leave them in the comments below. I'm always really into productivity, lifestyle, college, studying, if you couldn't already tell. If you loved this video, please consider liking this video, as well as leaving me a comment down below, and even subscribing or following me along on Instagram, where I give more productivity and lifestyle tips. I'll see you soon. Bye.